Hey guys, before we get into the video, I know that these are annoying, but please, if you like what you see, consider subscribing and liking the video. It really helps with the algorithm, and it helps our community grow as fast as possible. So now that that's over, let's hop into the video. Hi there! Many of you know me as Lucid, and what you probably know of me is that I am an epic god-tier gamer that snorts G Fuel for breakfast and rails a bang before bed, all while wearing fingerless gloves and bench-pressing separate PC builds on top of a fire-breathing dragon. As such a prime specimen of gaming prowess, I have already gotten to the top of all the leaderboards and ranking systems to date. But as I sat upon my ivory throne, I realized one thing. One market that I have yet to destroy from the ground up. And that is speedrunning. So immediately after waking from my plush California king-size bed in a cold sweat, I rushed to speedrun.com to find the run that would begin my journey into speedrunning. Obviously, we couldn't play a baby game like Minecraft. That would be too easy. All of the runs would just get demolished by myself within a couple weeks, just topping the leaderboards, and I'd be right back to where I was sitting. So I thought to myself, what is the most dedicated speedrunning community in the world? And almost like a light bulb in my mind, I found it. Super Mario Brothers. A game so speedran that the first entry into the series is still being fought over for the world record more than 35 years later. So, like an absolute unit of a gamer would do, I rushed and picked up the most recent copy of the Mario game series at the local broker of video game content and rushed home to decide the run that I would be demolishing. Immediately at first sight, all the runs seemed too easy to beat. I mean, any percent? 100% dark side? What was this, amateur hour? Upon seeing this revelation, the thought that I had been thwarted yet again began to creep to the forefront of my neural pathways. That was until I saw a little tab called Category Extensions. Upon clicking on this link, I was introduced to a whole new world of runs that only truly pro gamers like myself could ever have the hopes of partaking in. It had everything. Dog percent. Party percent, a run where you simply lock yourself out of playing the game, the horizons dawned, and hope was injected in my system harder than a boulder on Viagra. Upon a few moments of inspection and perusal, I finally teased out the one true beautiful mistress to introduce me to this whole new world. That's correct. Super Mario Odyssey nipple percent runs. For those of you unaware of the category, this is the run where epic gamers see gaming's most iconic character, Mario, in his skimmies, as fast as possible. And what is more manly than that? So with run, materials, and ambition in my mind, I set a date and did the run. May 22nd, 2021. The earth was still, and everyone waited with bated breath as I loaded up my first run and decided not to take the advice of my ancestors who ran before me. The first part of the run went smooth enough, defeating the first knockoff rabbit and collecting a few coins and leaving the land of Abraham Lincoln's dreams all in a little over 3 minutes. As we got to the land of dinosaurs, we were able to easily thwart the plans of a juiced up Wigglytuff, grab our lunar batteries, and kick rocks all within a short time frame of 5 minutes, adding up for a total of 9 minutes on the run. At this point, I began to realize two things. One, the world record time had sadly come and passed. But luckily for me, my mental fortitude was strong and my confidence was at an all-time high. And two, the coin amount that we had managed to amass up to this point had been severely under the benchmark that we had probably should have at this point in the run. But with confidence and gusto, we pushed forward onto the Sahara Desert with dreams of one day becoming Scrooge McDuck. It took us a grueling, almost 30 minutes of some of the most unoptimized grinding and frustration you could think of to eventually amass the wealth it would take to complete the run. Only after nearly 40 minutes of heartbreak, struggle, and testosterone did we finally get the beautiful image that everyone had been waiting for. The voluptuous, round discolorations on the chest of an Italian plumber that we never knew we needed until this very date. And with that, nipple percent was complete. But upon seeing my time and looking at the people who had come before me, I had but one thought in my mind at this moment. We could do better. So, With my pride a little battered, and my foot now inserted all the way down my throat, I decided to consult the previous warriors on this battlefield before me. And after a moment of meditation with the forefathers, and a new smattering of G Fuel inhalers, I dove into my second run. Immediately, I noticed a marked improvement in the first run, notching a very stunning 15 minutes and 43 seconds. A remarkable jump from the previous 38 before. The coveted time savers of a springy dinosaur in not only one, but 2 places managed to shave off over half the time. Before the audience could get up for the thunderous applause as they realized that this new titan had entered the ball field that was SMO, I, without hesitation, reloaded the game to grab a better time. After getting stuck in a few choice places and obviously not bouncing dinos right a few times, I sprinted to a giant stone cat person, answered their riddle, and picked up the last few coins to fulfill my areolic aspirations. When the second run came to a close, we managed to notch a 14-minute, 47-second run. Yet another huge save on time that would make my speedrunning brothers before me proud. But it still wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for me. It wasn't good enough for you. I desired more. I craved the speed. So much akin to Octane on his third syringe with no break for his heart to return to normal beat patterns, I jumped into my third run. The final attempt at these new strategies. The one for all the marbles. And boy, do I mean it when I say I was not prepared for the heartbreak that was to follow. As the run started, immediately everything just seemed to be running well at the time. The skies were clear, my body was loosened up, and the pipes were ready to be plumbed. With Cappy capped and Topper toppled, we once again hopped on the power line to freedom and away from Top Hat Town towards a wannabe Jurassic Park, all within a new best of less than 3 minutes. Then came Mama, who has a speed strat that I had never been able to hit before. But this run was different. You see, at the start of the fight, there's a window where you can cap her chain chomp and throw it back, all without her even realizing it. Sadly, I wasn't able to pull off this strat. However, the real save on this fight comes in the second and third hits, where when she throws her chomp at you, you can throw Cappy and have him wait near the end of where the chain chomp will stop due to the chain. You can backflip on top, stopping the chomp's rotation, then let Cappy come back, hitting the hat off. Shortly after this, you just hit it again real quick and the fight's as good as yours. With all this, and more on our escapade to not only become Warren Buffett, but Maui at the same time, the run finished before even realizing it had started, notching us a final time of 13 minutes and 11 seconds on the day. A nice jump yet again, and proud of what we had accomplished, we immediately decided to see how we stacked up on the leaderboards. But when we went to the stacks, the sad sight was waiting for us. The final time of 13 minutes and 11 seconds was a mere 11 seconds away from breaking through the top 100. On the first day of us speedrunning, and only the second day of us loading up the game. My heart dropped, and I felt as though I had taken a stomp on my gut. This did give me hope and a sense of pride, though, in what I had accomplished in such a short amount of time. All of these people in the community, all of these speedrunners, nearly every single one of them had been speedrunning and practicing the games since it had been out, and more than likely also played games before this one on top of it. And this newbie, this absolute newcomer to the scene, is able to actually stack up with minimal expertise and time. This thought lit a raging inferno in my heart, and honestly gave me something that I had lost in gaming for a long time. A purpose. A reason to game other than for my own enjoyment. I had found a competition that, with enough time and effort, I genuinely believed I could become one of the champions of the speedrunning world. This, coupled with our newly acquired knowledge and now a deep-seated want to continue to keep up the speed like Ricky Bobby, I instantly ventured back through speedrun.com, and the next chapter of our arduous journey was set in motion. Hey again, Lucid, just wanting to remind you that if you did enjoy the content, you should consider subscribing to our channel. Our channel is going through a sort of metamorphosis right now, and I'm going to be starting up a third channel along this one in our VODs channel to handle Let's Plays, since I really enjoy story-based games still. And this channel will more than likely stay edited content. Don't worry though, all the content that was produced on this channel will stay here for all to enjoy. I'm just making more division for the ones that like other things, that way it's not all jumbled together and you have to sift through it yourself. But with all the shilling and stuff done, seriously, thank you all so much for watching the video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I can't wait to produce more to hopefully help you all smile in the future. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your days, and bye-bye.